What's up, good people? I got a charger in my phone, so I'm not sure if y'all can hear me or not. We're going to talk income shifting. First, let me know if you can actually hear me, because my audio might be blocked. Can you guys hear me okay? Give me a yes or a no on the audio so we can get down to business today and talk about money this morning. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Donnell, can you hear me? Daryl Curry, can you hear me? Shayna, give me a thumbs up. Can you hear me? Q, can you hear me? All right, good deal. So I wanted to start this morning off with a bang, bang, bang in a major way and give you guys a quick, let's say, 2019 income shifting experience, right? For those I've never met, my name is Brian Bean, and I'm the owner of a company called Mentor to Millions, where we teach you how to shift your mindset and shift your income. And what I want to do, man, everybody talks about finances, right? In 2019, losing weight is one goal, and getting your money right is always the other goal. So I wanted to give everybody an early start, or a preemptive strike, if you will, because I'm doing a huge webinar blitz next week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday for the next 4 days straight, or starting on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. For 4 days straight, we're going to talk about income shifting. It's a concept that wealthy people teach their children, that people who don't have as much money and opportunity don't teach their children, and they never, ever learned it in schools. So what we want to do, first and foremost, is we want to talk about the strategies that wealthy people have in their generational blessing. And we want to talk about strategies or mindset that you want to erase in your generational curse. Is that cool? So do me a favor. If you're in the comments right now, type, "Let's shift our income." I want you to put that in the comments right now for 2019. Let's shift our income. So let's go ahead and title this first and foremost. We're going to do income shifting. Now, this is going to be a quick and easy version. This is not going to be anything long and drawn out. Let me make sure you can see that. This is not going to be anything long and drawn out, right? I know the screen kind of reverses it, so I'm not going to talk a whole lot. This is going to be the easy version of income shifting. This is going to be more of a conceptual approach to income shifting. Income shifting basically means, by definition, taking your taxes out of the highest tax bracket, which is what most people are raised to do, is pay the highest amount of taxes. Okay? We want to shift them through a home-based business and end up paying the least amount of taxes. Let me say this again. Most people, again, are in the highest tax bracket. Now, this is called a W-2. A W-2 is simply a tax code for a job. Now, when you say a job, most people say, like, "I hate my job," or you hear people say, "Job is just over broke," or "Job is a journey on the way to brokenness." I used to say a job used to stand for jump out of bed, right? Because that's what I used to do. I used to jump out of bed when my alarm clock rang or whatever, right? And I had to hurry up and get to work. But there's nothing wrong with a job. Here's what I want you to put down. Be thankful, but not satisfied. That's very, very important when it comes to the mindset of a job. Be thankful for your job, but not satisfied. Because a lot of people hate their jobs and bash their jobs. But guys, if your job wasn't there, what position would you be in if your job wasn't there? That's something I want you to think about. So the government tries to confuse you with a bunch of letters and numbers. And income shifting is really simple. All you're doing is you're saying, government, I want to give you less money. Not tax evasion, not tax avoidance, not, tax, it's tax minimization. I want to give you less money out of my check from my W-2 so I can have more money for me, watch this, on my 1099. So if you got less money for you on your W-2, so I can have more money for me on my 1099, you'll have even more money to do what? Invest. So let's look at it. This is actually all income shifting represents. I'm just talking about concept this morning. And if you want to get wealthy in this country, you gotta minimize the taxes because taxes are your largest expense. This is what you gotta get. A lot of you guys are trying to lower your food budget. A lot of you guys are trying to, cut your cable. You're budgeting. You see what I'm saying? You're lowering your internet. I understand. I know the words are backwards. I got to deal with it right now. Just listen to me verbally. You're trying to cut your internet bill. You cutting your cable bill. You cutting your gas bill. You cutting your water bill. You cutting all these bills. And that's fine. But that's called budgeting. The one bill no one ever teaches you to cut is your largest bill or expense, and that's the taxes. You see, the W-2 pays 28 to 33%. Okay, I know it's backwards. I'll work on that later. It's 28 to 33% in taxes. Now, if the W-2 is paying 28 to 33%, and that's the majority of the American population, then the majority of the American population is given a third of their year, which is time, and a third of their dollars to the U.S. government. So we wonder why the Federal Reserve has the largest, account in the world. Easy. Since you were a child, they groomed you to grow up and get a job. And they did that strategically, taught our grandparents, who taught our parents, who taught us. There's nothing wrong with hard work. Don't misunderstand anything I'm saying. There's nothing wrong with hard work. But our grandparents taught our parents, and our parents taught us to go to school and get a job. And there's nothing wrong with that. But here's a note for you guys. Put this in the comments. Work and wealth are not synonymous. I want you to put that in the notes now. I know plenty of people that work that are not wealthy. And I know plenty of people that are wealthy that don't work. You see? So work and wealth are not synonymous. So what you want to do is, you want to say to yourself, okay, wait a minute. If I'm giving away 33% of my check, I'm giving away 33% of my time. Because time equals money. So that basically means if you're a W-2, you work for the government from January to April. January, February, March, and April, you work for the federal government. So here's my question. If you work for the federal government for a third of the year, then how is it that you can work or work for 12 months and only get paid for 9? How in the world will you ever get ahead if a third of your money is going here? You know why? Because you're just supposed to be thankful for this, but not satisfied with this. So what the government does and what this country does, and I love this country, don't get me wrong, I'm not bashing it like I want to go somewhere else. What this country does, they say, okay, I'm going to take you here when you're a child mentally to a job. But then when you become an adult, I need you to go open up a business. I need you to go open up a business. See, when you're a child, they scream this from the mountaintops. Be a police officer. Nothing wrong with these professions. Be an educator. Love teachers. Severely underpaid. Love my teachers. Be a counselor. Be a doctor. Be a lawyer. They teach you how to go out and get a profession when you're a child. But then you become an adult. And when you become an adult, you know what happens? You become an adult and they go, it's not what you know, but it's who you know. You see? So you like, well, shoot, if it's not what I know, I went to school 4 years, got my undergrad. I went to school another 2 years. I got my master's, work a part-time job. Some people got PhDs, and you telling me it's not what I know? Well, we give you a lower tax bracket to the tune of 18 to 23%. I know it's backwards, but that's 18 to 23%. We lower your taxes if you have a 1099. You see, it's just another tax code for business. See, all America does is they try to confuse you, and I want to come close and say this, they try to make finances difficult. Why? Because if we make finances difficult and we confuse the people, they'll just go like this. I don't want to know about it, la, 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 la. It's hard, it's difficult, it's complicated. I can't get rich, I can't get wealthy, I can't get rich, I can't get wealthy. And then they play a mind game on you. You've been growing up thinking you can't get rich, you can't get wealthy. You've been growing up being taught to work your whole life. You've been growing up and you were taught that money doesn't grow on trees. You've been growing up and you were taught that the Rockefellers and everybody that's wealthy had to step on somebody to get it. And I ain't saying those things aren't true. I'm saying, but your perception about difficulty of wealth and the mindset it takes to get it is so twisted. By the time you become an adult, you don't even have no fight left. You don't even have a dog left in the fight. You don't even know whether you want to even try to get wealthy. Here's the key. We have to start teaching our children the importance of this code, 1099. We got to start teaching our children the importance of the 1099 code first. See? Here's why. Letters and numbers are used to make you forget about getting wealthy. W-2, that's a job. But W-4, that's the form to fill out for the taxes on my job. Well, 1099 is a contractor or a business owner. But Schedule C is the form or the code used to file my taxes as a 1099 on Form 1040. Now, if I got a job, I want to put money in my 401k. But if I have a nonprofit, it's a 501c. But my 401k version in my 501c is called a 403b. See? Yeah, I didn't think I knew all that, did you? All that's letters and numbers and codes. You like, you know what? I'm just going to get a job and that's easier and I'm just going to forget about it. And then when you become an adult, you go, wait a minute. I can pay less taxes if I just open up a small home-based business? Yeah. You can pay less taxes if you just open up a small home-based business. You can pay less taxes if you just open up a small home-based business. You can pay less taxes if you just open up a small home-based business. So look what happens. Majority of the population pays over 30% in taxes and gets a tax refund. The people who create the jobs, the business owners, which is 1099s, create the jobs, which are W-2s. The government says, you know what? Since you create the jobs, you pay us less because we need you to keep your cash flow. Then the business owner gets to take that money and invest it where you pay less than 15%. This, guys, and I'm not going to stay on here long. I'm just giving you the mindset today because Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I'm going to do a webinar. I'll post a link in here after this where I can break this stuff down all week long so you can come out 2019 blazing. You got to come out 2019 blazing. So a business owner pays less taxes, which means they get to keep more money. So if you're paying less taxes and you keeping more money, you have more money to invest. I'm going to try to write this down. If you're not investing, you're not even on the road to wealth. Let me say that again. If you're not investing, you're not even on the road to wealth. Now, why am I saying that? Well, think about it. Investments have something attached to them called interest. And if you invest in something and it pays you interest, that means your money is working for you. See, here on the investment side, your money is working for you. Here on the W-2 side, You work for money. So guys, the question becomes, how long can you continue to do this and give away most of it and not have anything left to have a business to start investing? You'll have to work for the rest of your natural life. Listen, I don't care if you don't get anything else from this quick live. Get this. Start shifting your mindset. You may not have all the answers right now on how to get started. You may not have the mindset right now even to get started. But this video real quick is just to give you a quick wake-up call for 2019 and let you know the importance of W-2 mentality being the vehicle just to what? Just to fund your dreams. The 1099 mentality is, okay, now I'm responsible for making my dreams come true. And the investments are what you want to ultimately end up in because they further your dreams, so you're not working for money. Money is now working for you. Let me give you this, and I'm going to get out of here. Let me just give you this, and I'll give you a solution where you can go and check it out. If you know your history, now you can't deny this, America was discovered, even though it had occupants on it, but that's another training, that's history, not finance. America was discovered because some people broke away from the Great Britain nation, Great Britain, because of what? Taxes. The problem has always been what? I want you to hear this now. The problem has always been what? Taxes. So they said, hey, let's go over here. We tired of this Britain overtaxation, right? We're tired of it. So we're going to go discover some new land, even though it had occupants on it. But that's okay. We're going to go discover this new land because in Britain, either you were a lord or you were a servant. You were either a lord or you were a servant, which means either you had property or you worked for somebody who did. So they broke away. They said, man, we're not dealing with this same philosophy that where we came from. We're going to come over here and start America. Well, guess what? In America, you either own a business, 1099, or you don't. You either own a business, 1099, or you work for somebody who does. But listen, both of you cannot get the tax break. That's right, Crystal. Then they dumped everybody know they dumped some tea. What was the Boston Tea Party about? Taxes. The government can't give the business owner and the employee the tax break. Only one of y'all can get the tax break. So here's my question to you guys. When America wants you to do something, the first thing they do is give you a tax incentive. See? They say, get married, tax break. They want to encourage couples, right, to get married. Tax break. Be fruitful and multiply, have children, tax break. We even give you child care credits and the whole 9 yards. Tax breaks. If America wants you to own a home, they let you write off the interest on your mortgage. I can live in an apartment or I can live in a house renting right next to yours. We got the same amount of expenses, but you own and I'm renting. My landlord gets the tax breaks off me. You get the tax breaks off your interest on your home. I can't write off my rent, but you can write off the interest on your mortgage. Why? America is encouraging you to own a home. Be married, have children, own a home. Now, before I go, you have that home. You want to improve your carbon footprint. Hey, we need you to go green. We need you to put some certain type of windows, certain type of shade, certain type of roof. certain kind of this, that, this, that, this, that. You got all this in your house, all tax deductible. So if the government in every other area of your life gives you a tax break, marriage, children, house, ozone layer, carbon footprint, whenever they want you to do something, that means if they give you a tax break for owning a business, they must want you to have one. It's just that when you're young, they scream, get a job. When you're older, they whisper, get a business. We'll let you write off way more than you can. In fact, this has 0 write-offs and you pay us more. This has 450 or 60 home base write-offs and you pay us less. But we couldn't tell you that when you were young, or you would give us less. But now that we've milked you and you 40, 50, and you feel like life is you're on the other side of the 100 meter of the mile, right? You too tired now to open up one of these. Question: why don't they scream this from the mountaintop? Why is entrepreneurship an elective? You see what I'm saying? Like if I want to be an entrepreneur, that's an elective. But business administration and by the way, my professor didn't even have a business, but he was teaching business administration and getting a job interview and shaking a man's hand and looking him in the eye at all times and studying my interview questions. That is part of the curriculum. That's mandatory. You got to know how to get one of these. But this right here was optional, and if you take a course, fine, and if not, fine. And they don't teach you anything about capital gains. They don't teach you anything about investing and appreciation. They don't teach you anything about lowering your taxes to the point where you almost don't pay any at all because you shifted your income so successfully that you've moved from my right to my left. And most people will never ever get to the left because they spend too much time on the right. So, 4 webinars in a row coming up this week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern. I'll be doing webinars. I want you guys to go get with the person who introduced you to this video for our home-based business model for under $50. Now, if I introduced you, you can inbox me personally, or you can text me personally, okay? If I introduced you, you can text me personally. But I want y'all to understand this. Under $50, you can start playing by the rules of the wealthy. See, the government didn't say you got to have a certain type of business to get tax deductions. Even the home-based business gets tax deductions, but the key word is business. So, the person who introduced you, okay, perfect. You can register for the webinar now. How to increase your cashflow.com. That's perfect. Thanks so much. You can register for the webinars that I'm doing this week right now on how to increase your cashflow.com. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. The person that put you on this webinar can show you successfully how to shift your income. And if you weren't invited by anyone and you're on my Facebook Live page, I can show you successfully how to start shifting your income right now. I've earned 7 figures working right here out of my house, guys. Since I was 22 years old, I was able to retire. The only traffic jam I run into is me and my dog in the hallway and me and my son in the hallway trying to see which 3 of us gonna get to the refrigerator first. That's the traffic jam I run into after spending my entire teenage career being taught to do this. I saw one presentation like the one you're looking at now live, and I spent the past 23 years in the middle and on the side, which is home-based business and investing. And that's why I have the freedom and flexibility to do things like this so you won't make the same mistakes I made. Don't lose $1 million like I had to in my 20s and have to get it all back in your 30s. Get it right the first time. Get the mindset necessary so you can take what God gave you, which is your imagination, which is your creativity, which is your communication skills. Some of you guys are gifted with your hands. Some of you guys are gifted with your voice. God gave me the gift of training and speaking. We all have gifts, but you can't use your gifts if somebody else on the job is telling you how much you're worth. You can't do it. You can't use your gifts if somebody on a job is telling you when to come in. You can't use your gifts if somebody on a job is telling you when to leave. You can't use your gifts if somebody on a job is telling you when to eat. I'm not knocking a job. I'm saying you're supposed to thank them, the W-2, for the opportunity while you feed the monster called you and your business so money eventually will work for you. That, my friends, is income shifting. That site again to register is howtoincreaseyourcashflow.com. 4 webinars this week where I go in detail into this stuff. How to increase your cashflow.com. All right, my name is Brian Bean. I'll see you guys in the magazines. Have a good weekend.